hot.
Let's do it.
Hey, don't touch it. I just told you the mics are hot.
You're right. I burned my hand.
Are these mics hot, or cold?
Then I have no idea.
Do you remember that?
Yeah, man.
Do you remember that classic Saturday Night Live sketch?
I sure do.
Who was the celebrity? It was David Duchovny because he was playing Keanu Reeves.
No, No. Tobey Maguire's Keanu Reeves.
Oh, okay.
David Duchovny plays Jeff Goldblum.
Oh, that's right.
But I think that's a different one.
I
anyway.
can't read or write.
Yeah.
Man, both the David Duchovny and the Tobey Maguire ones, classic episodes.
I agree.
Those are solid.
I wholeheartly
And
agree.
Nobody thinks of Tobey Maguire as a funny guy, but his Saturday Night Live is so good.
Just simmer down now.
The simmer down is but also his screech.
Yeah, his screech.
Yeah. Even the opening with the Cider House Rules parody
It's been a
of the
while.
Saturday Night Live one, and they're just talking like all sketches will be under 5 minutes, and Terry O'Sherry's just like, that's harder than it sounds.
That's funny.
Yeah. Sherry O'Terry. I said Terry.
You're like Sherry O'Berry.
I said Terry. Barry.
Sherry O'Terry O'Hatcher.
All right. Do you want to get recording? This is episode 185.
I'm ready.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Okay. Are you ready? I hit the mic when I did that, so it wasn't smooth.
Okay.
What?
Nothing.
I pointed at the camera.
No, I'm right. I got it, and I'm ready.
I can't hear you.
Yes.
All right. I'm sorry.
Let's make this happen.
Okay. Welcome to episode 185 of the All the Book Show, recorded at the David A. Howe Public Library. We talk book news, author news, and literary news. And I'm Eric Mickles, and this is
Nick Gunning.
Nick Gunning.
Thanks for that wind-up. That was
Yeah,
nice.
problem.
That was really nice.
Yeah.
I felt like it gave me a good venue to introduce myself.
Yeah.
Nick Gunning.
Yeah. I've learned the term. What's the term that I've learned?
I don't know.
Go on. I
Gone
forgot
as
it.
soon as it fluttered in.
Yeah.
Well, it's been a while, but today we're going to be doing a Lonely Hearts book club. And spoiler alerts. Since it's Oscar season, it is Hollywood themed, so should be a good time had here.
Okay.
A little bit later, so we're going to talk about that.
Generous.
Coming up.
I've learned the term to be a generous actor.
Yes.
And that was me.
Oh, okay.
Being a generous host.
Yes.
To you.
Yes, you're right. Yes, you're right.
So what's that sound?
Did you know that as we record 9 years ago today, you were starring in a production of Jake's Women?
That's true.
Directed by me, written
That's
by
true,
the late great Neil Simon.
Yeah.
Good time, great performance. That's it.
Oh, wait. You mean
Yes.
me?
Yeah, I do.
Thanks, man.
I certainly do. Yeah.
Yeah. I peeked.
Yeah.
I peaked.
What are you gonna
my
do?
second play.
What are you gonna do?
My second play ever. I peaked, and then it's all been downhill
A
since
long slope down.
Yeah.
Let's jump into the bookmark.
Bought too many cars.
What have you been What have you been up to? What have you been reading?
Okay. Well, I've been reading my own obituary
Oh.
since it's been so long since I peaked.
Wow.
No.
Yeah.
Let's see. What did I read?
I don't know, but I saw the Lego Movie Part 2, the second part.
Oh, I forgot. Yeah.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I don't think.
Okay.
I think it was too long since the original.
Yeah.
They really doubled down on the live action stuff, which I was under the impression that no one liked.
Yeah, I don't like that.
Because I certainly didn't like
Will
it.
Ferrell's fine, but
Yeah.
it was still weird.
And this one, Will Ferrell never actually appears on screen. He's just like an offstage voice, and it was not worth it. It was not worth it. So some funny bits, a kind of a weird takedown of Chris Pratt's career in there.
Yeah.
And then it just wouldn't end. It kept being like, this is probably the end. It Return of the King to me like 7 or 8 times. It was, so.
Okay.
I don't think my son really enjoyed it, and I was kind of like, whatever.
Yeah.
So that's it. That's my hot take.
Okay.
Lego Movie 2.
Lego Movie 2, not as good as the first.
Correct.
All right.
Yes.
Well, here's what I read.
Okay.
Wow, did I not read? Oh, this is counting as multiples. All right, I read Dark Knight Metal. Or Dark Knights Metal.
This is where Batman has like a hairband.
And this is Dark Knights, spelled dark, but knights, not possessive.
Yeah,
It's plural, but it's also not KN, so it's just regular knights.
Yeah.
Anyway, I could go into this in a lot, and I will. No, so I read, this is the main thing, and I also read like the 2 side
DC
stories.
Comics Batman arc from what, last year?
I don't know, a few years ago, maybe 2 years ago.
I read the first issue of it and was like, not for Nick.
Man, so you have like these 2 side wings. You got Dark Knight Metal, The Resistance, and Dark Knight Metal, Rise of the Batman. So basically, the basic plot is that evil Batman from the dark multiverse are coming in to destroy the main Earth, which is our superheroes' Earth.
Got to destroy him.
And like, so reading the side story, The Rise of the Batman, that was interesting because it was each of their origin, and there were like 2 stinkers in there, but for the most part, it was solid. It had some cool like evil Batman origins. I then started reading the main series. It's just not good.
Yeah.
It's messy.
Yeah.
Scott Snyder, the writer, he has this habit now of writing about these abstract ideas like they are concrete and physical objects. At one point, Cyborg goes, I found the coordinates, but they lead directly to darkness. And I'm like, that's not how coordinates work.
No,
that would never happen.
No, it doesn't make sense.
And they keep talking about how, like, just the light and everything.
Yeah.
Like, we need to destroy the light, but I think they actually mean they're going to find the physical entity light.
Yeah.
And snuff it out.
Yeah. They need to pump the brakes on Scott Snyder.
Here's I'm going to spoil this. So
Do
if
it.
you want to read
Do it.
Dark Knight Metal,
Plug your ears.
plug your ears or skip. The very last issue.
Yes.
Some of the other Batmen are defeated and everything.
Okay.
Batman goes to the cave of the evil Batman as the leader, who is like a Joker Batman combination. It's Batman with the Joker virus.
Yeah.
So he's called the Batman Who Laughs and everything. And he's in. So our Batman goes to the Batman
boy.
Who Laughs Batcave.
I hope the issue's at least better than this takedown of it.
And he has the Joker help him.
Okay.
There's a scene where Batman's like, just shoot the gun. And Batman Who Laughs is like, oh, well, I'm gonna. And then he's like, I wasn't talking to you. And it's our Joker who does it. And they fight him together.
I see.
And that's kind of like fun and
That
exciting.
sounds fun. Yeah.
But none of what led up to that was as like fun as that. However, I would suggest maybe you read Dark Knight Metal. God, I hate saying this title. Dark Knight's Metal. The Resistance, the side story.
Maybe
because there's
I
a
will.
lot of like fun Robin and Nightwing stuff in there. A lot of fun Flash.
I do like me some Robin Nightwing.
But that stuff wasn't written by Scott Snyder. And
Okay.
it's just very simple. Batman's like other rogues galleries get powered up. So like Poison Ivy's super strong and Mr. Freeze has like frost giants. That's like fun and exciting. Dark Knight's Metal, crap. 2 stars. 2 stars.
Too bad. That's too bad.
All right. I read Shazam.
Okay.
Shazam by Jeff Jones because there's a movie coming out. Jeff Johns because there's a movie coming out.
Yeah, sure is.
And they said we were at a conference. Then we went to was it DC Inc. or just
Yeah, I think
DC
so.
itself?
Yeah. That was odd.
Oh, it's my
Anyway,
my phone is trying. DC. We went to the DC conference and they were showing some of the Shazam stuff they have that you can read and whatnot. And they had pointed this out as being like the movie.
Yeah.
That this is what the movie's going to be. So I read this. It's fun.
Yeah, I like it a lot. I read it many years ago, right when it first came out.
Yeah.
I liked it a lot.
I mean, I guess read this if you want to know anything about Shazam, because as Nick pointed out when we were at the conference, there's nothing else.
Yeah, it's like nothing new.
They haven't reprinted it. We got a cool one by
Jeff Smith.
Jeff
was
Smith.
It? Yeah, we got a couple things.
But yeah, this is like
And plenty of Captain Marvel, speaking of movies coming out.
Yeah, we got
plenty.
tons of Captain Marvel. I read G.I. Joe Classics Volume 2, and I started G.I. Joe Classics Volume 3.
Making your
We'll
way.
talk about Volume 3 next week.
The only way you know how.
This volume,
Yeah.
things get pretty fun.
You're making me want to read it.
Things
I'm not going to lie to you.
Things
I'm not
get
gonna
kind
sit
of
here and tell
exciting
you
in
that.
this. There were a few issues where it was just like chaos. And I just couldn't like stop reading. It was just like there's so many like characters. Like one, not Scarlet. Who am I talking to about this? The Baroness. She's her and Destro.
I don't know who you're talking to right now.
Talking to you.
Yeah, okay.
You know, Baroness and Destro.
Sure, yeah, please.
They're like in love, but they
Don't
can't be
spare
together
anything. Yeah.
lest Cobra Commander finds out.
Sure.
So at one point,
Joseph
Cobra
Gordon-Levitt
Commander,
we're talking about, right?
Yeah, Cobra Commander has Sergeant or Dr. Blood, somebody Blood. His last name is Blood.
He has a title.
He's hired him to kill Destro, and Baroness sees, and she flips over the truck, giving herself like 3rd-degree burns and everything. So right now, where she is, she's all just wrapped up in bandages with the G.I. Joe, trying to bring her back to life and everything. Meanwhile, Destro thinks that Blood was in love with Baroness, and that's why he shot him. And so now Commander's like, Anyway, lots of fun stuff.
It sounds like it.
Hey,
sounds high drama.
I read that issue I told you about.
Yes.
The one where it's like all silent.
Right.
Just the art.
Yeah.
It was really good.
Huh.
It was a Snake Eyes, or was it Shadow Eyes?
I'm gonna have to read these. I'm gonna have to read them.
Snake Eyes and Snowstorm. What's the Shadow Storm? The one who's all in white. The
I know
ninja
who you
who's all
mean.
in
Yes,
white.
I know who you mean.
All right. Well, him and Scarlet have like an adventure against Shadowstorm. They didn't say his name.
Oh.
I can't remember. It's been a while.
Yeah.
Good stuff.
Okay.
Very, very 80s, very Marvel, even though it's G.I. Joe.
Yeah.
And now I'm picking up The Caves of Steel by Isaac Asimov.
Oh, for our sci-fi book club. We already have several signups for this.
Yeah.
So it should be a good time.
It's a real party.
I haven't started it myself yet, but I've got my copy right here. I'm ready. I've got a nice retro copy here.
Yeah.
I'm loving it.
I got mine on my Kindle.
Looking forward to reading it.
we'll have a pretty cool sci-fi display up.
Yeah,
with it.
That's
as
right.
Well.
That's right. We will.
But yeah, so it's we're book clubbing Caves of Steel, and then the next month, which will be April, we'll be reading Artemis, which neither one of us have heard great things about, but maybe we'll like it.
True. Yeah, by Andy Weir.
Yeah. All right, your turn.
Okay.
Hope you didn't read any comic books.
I read a couple.
Nah, you
I
probably
read a
didn't
couple.
read any.
First, I have to give a special birthday shout out to my little brother, past guest Steve. Today is his birthday. You can hear the best of Steve at soundcloud.com/allthebooks. He's with us on the Grisham episode, the Crichton episode, Patterson.
Now I feel bad that for his birthday we didn't just put together a best of Steve.
Yeah, compilation package. Roll that clip package, Roger. Hit it.
Yeah.
Didn't do it? Okay. Well, sorry, Steve. We tried. Anyway, happy birthday, Steve. Here are some things that I read. I finished I'm going to do the comic books first, all right? I finished the Detective Comics run, the New 52 stuff, 8 and 9. Not very good.
Sorry, man.
I got a whole big bundle of Star Trek comics, so I read a couple of those. I read Star Trek The Next Generation, The Space Between.
The Space Between.
This was kind of fun. It started with just like little not connected things, and then it sort of built into like, oh, these are connected, and it really didn't work.
On the cover behind Data, is that oh my gosh,
I don't really remember the cover.
I can't remember her.
Tasha?
Is that Tasha Yar?
Yeah, Tasha Yar from season 1. Yep. This one, oh my gosh, I thought of you with your current G.I. Joe reading, but Star Trek versus Transformers was so much fun. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's it's the style of the Star Trek animated series from the 70s,
right?
And like the classic Transformers cartoon, like
from the
80s, you know. It's everything that you want it to be. It is everything that you want it to be.
That's funny.
If you're wondering if Spock mind melds with Optimus Prime, yes, he does. If you're wondering, at some point, a Transformer transforms into a version of the Enterprise and fights as the Enterprise, it does. All right? It's amazing. It was so much fun.
Yeah.
It's like they wrote this for me.
Yeah. Nick's read a few Star Trek crossovers.
I know.
You've read
the
X-Men ones,
the Green Lantern is
one.
great. The X-Men's great.
Neither one of us have committed to that Planet of the Apes one.
No, I've read it.
Oh.
It's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not super exciting. Anyway, this is a lot of fun. This is a lot of fun. Single issues are out now. The trade is coming out later in the year.
Do you think it's too late for both of us to get into G.I. Joe and Transformer toys, and we just go into the backyard and play?
I told you, I was hardcore into G.I. Joe toys.
Right. Yeah.
All about the G.I. Joe toys. I didn't know the story.
Yeah.
In fact, I mostly didn't know the people's names, so I just kind of make up names.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Look out, Glassface. You be careful, metalhead.
This one I'm excited about. This is the Superman, the Unity Saga, Phantom Earth is the first volume in this one. All right, so this actually just comes out today, so I can talk about it.
Oh, because Nick is receiving ARCs.
I am, yeah, some advanced stuff from DC Comics. So I read this, and now I can talk about it because it's a release date. So this is part of the new Brian Michael Bendis run on Superman. And in the previous volume, you find out a bunch of stuff about what happened to Krypton. And then Supergirl tries to use the Phantom Zone projector. And let's just say she cast that net a little bit wide, and more things are in the Phantom Zone than one would want in the Phantom Zone. And so it becomes a problem quickly, and Superman has to figure this out. Meanwhile, his family is out gallivanting around the planet with Jor-El, his long presumed dad.
Right.
So he's alone. Long presumed dead dad.
Oh, okay.
And so now he's alone and he's sad and. He's got to figure out how to solve this Phantom Zone problem.
Right.
Really good stuff with the Flash. The Flash is used very well. Speaks to Bendis' strengths, I think, as a writer. Also some good stuff between Superman and Martian Manhunter, and some pretty good just Superman characterization stuff happening.
Okay.
The downside here is that I don't really care about Krypton stories. I don't know what the opposite of caring is, but that's the way I feel about anything with Zod.
Right.
So it's not the type of story that I wanted it to be, but there's a lot of good in there.
Okay.
And it hits the stands today.
Yeah.
So check it out.
There's a lot of good in there. It wishes to be.
Yeah.
It only lacks the light to show it the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, did you say Martian Manhunter?
Martian.
Oh, okay.
Martian.
Yeah. Okay. Martian.
Read a couple of books. I read, Truly Madly Guilty, which never won me over. I think this is going to be a hostile book club, folks. March 14th, we're discussing this.
Okay.
I read The Last Romantics by Tara Conklin. So this is new. This is
Is this like Children of Men?
No.
But instead of like the only child left alive, it's the last romantics?
No. It's odd. Like, I don't really know what I was expecting, but it starts in like the near future.
Ooh.
Yeah. And it's like a poet giving a talk, and people are asking her questions about some of her best poems. So I guess in the future people are going to care about poetry. So that
TV's destroyed in the Great Television Wars.
So that becomes like kind of a window into her past, and you hear all about like her childhood and the loss of her parents, and then her siblings and the way the siblings interact with each other. So that's just kind of it's an unusual frame story for like a family saga. It works really well. It's one of those things where it's always just right on this level, and it's a good level, but it never. I don't know. I guess I wanted like a big impact. I wanted a big like ba-boom moment, and that doesn't happen. It's just always a really level, like even keel, in a good way, story. But it does kind of like ride that one line, and it's just sort of like, where are these characters going to go? How is this young girl going to get to be this like 100-year-old poet in this weird dystopian future? Which is just it's an unusual backdrop to not explore, but to just sort of have that be the reality that these characters, they're going to grow up in. So it's an interesting book. It was a quick read for me. I recommend it. I say pick it up. I liked it.
Nonfiction?
No, it's fiction.
But you said poetry is nonfiction.
But it's not a book of poetry. Okay. I also read Finding Katerina M. by our pal Elizabeth Elo. So you can look back on our episode with her last year where we discussed her book North of Boston.
Now that you say the title out loud, that explains why I couldn't find the cover, because I was looking for Finding Katrina.
Oh, no. Katerina M.
Yeah.
Anyway, Finding Katerina M. by Elizabeth Elo.
Yeah.
This is, I was trying to explain this to my wife, and she was like, wait, what? Because because what happens is it's like the story starts moving along, and then you go in a direction you just didn't expect.
Right.
And then you go in another direction you didn't expect. And then you go in another direction that you didn't expect. And it shouldn't work, but it really does. Which was nice, because we're going to be talking to her and I don't have to like pretend like I like it, because I actually really did.
Right.
And I pounded through it quickly, and it kept me guessing. I did not expect to end up in the places that we ended up. But it all made sense. Like, it was really fluid. Characters are strong. The characters are good. It doesn't feel like North of Boston, And this is the one she was talking about when we interviewed her last time, with the Siberian setting and all that. It worked really well. This is going to be out at the end of March 19th. This is coming out, so I do really recommend you pick this up. And I still love North of Boston, so pick that up too.
Nice.
We're going to be talking to Elizabeth in the next couple of weeks, so if you've got questions for her, you can send them in to wellsville@stls.org, Twitter @allthebookshow. Or Facebook, David A. Howe Public Library. You can go to Eric's home, which is located on...
Nope.
We're not doing that?
No,
okay.
that's all right.
Eric's cell phone number is...
No, stop.
We're not doing that? Okay. So those other ways. And while you're there, rate and share. Tell everybody that you love this podcast.
Why don't you talk about this dorky... I can't say dorky thing, because you just talked about Star Trek Transformers.
And then I gave really good critiques of two... like literary books.
That's true. Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, it's true. I read 40 volumes of G.I. Joe. But you want to know the dorky thing. I'm reading Planet of Twilight by Barbara Hambly. And here's the thing, folks. I've got a sci-fi book club with some friends, and we've read a couple of Barbara Hambly Star Trek and a couple of Barbara Hambly sci-fi. And I can tell you we very much are over-reading Barbara Hambly.
Is this another like part 2 of something, or is this
is like
standalone?
She wrote 2 Star Wars books, and they deal with the character Callista that she made up. And Kevin, yes. I mean, but she's not a screen-used character. She's original. And Kevin J. Anderson wrote one that also features Callista, which takes place in between. So they form kind of a loose trilogy. Yeah. So we've read this loose trilogy, and basically the character Callista is like just an embodiment of the Force that gets put into like a Force-sensitive like body. And then doesn't have access to her Force powers. She can only reach the dark side. So the premise is cool. But man, none of us like these books. Her book Ghostwalker, which is a Star Trek book, we all loved. Everything else has been rough.
Right.
So I am.
What are you gonna do if you're not reading Barbara Hambly at your Barbara Hambly book club?
I don't know. I'm pounding my way through Planet of Twilight, and then we're gonna be done.
You're not done.
We're gonna be. No, I'm not. I'm currently reading it. We're gonna be done with this author.
Okay.
And that's pretty much it. I also have to start Caves of Steel.
Caves of Steel.
I don't know. I have a huge stack of books that I want to read. So.
Hey, man. It's okay.
Caves of Steel is going to be next after Planet of Twilight, though.
One page in front of the other. Soon you'll be reading.
I really needed to hear that. I really needed to hear that right now.
Yeah.
I guess that's it. For my old bookmark.
Your old bookmark. Oh, I accidentally said typed in never tell.
Oh, okay.
Huh.
Well, I wanted to mention there's a couple of nominations that are out there
Wait,
right
really?
now.
I thought bookmark is where you were going to give out your in memoriam to Luke Perry.
Oh, yes.
Sorry.
Boy.
I couldn't let you.
I know.
Not talk
I mean,
about Luke Perry.
first it was Peter Tork, which was sad.
Yeah.
And then, I mean, Luke Perry was only 52.
Yeah.
I mean, I think I've talked about this many times on the podcast before,
Uh-huh.
but 90210 was like it for me
Right.
for my whole like teenage years. I still love that show. If you want to watch it right now,
Oh boy.
I'll take a vacation day and we'll sit down, watch it.
Right. Okay.
So I was very sad to hear about the passing of Luke Perry.
Right.
I did go back and revisit the first Dylan episode of 90210, which was a lot of fun. And we watched a Luke Perry movie last night.
I think he plays himself on The Simpsons.
Yes,
but I think
he's Sideshow Bob's like cousin or something.
I think he's Krusty's.
Oh, is he?
Krusty's half brother.
Oh, that could be. Yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds right.
So I just remember there's a gif of him, and I remember from the episode where he's made like a balloon carousel, like a working carousel out of balloon animals, and it's just and no one appreciates it.
That's funny.
Yeah. So
Anyway, we watched the movie The Beat Beneath My Feet last night, which was pretty good.
okay.
Luke Perry's like a washed-up rock star, and the upstairs neighbor figures out who he is and basically blackmails him into teaching him how to play the guitar. So it was pretty good, very Dylan-esque kind of performance. Well, it was good. He's one of my favorites. My wife saw him live on stage doing When Harry Met Sally, which would have been great. So anyway, yes, thank you for
He does a
reminding me.
voice in a Miyazaki film.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and I can't remember who it is.
He's also Rick Jones in the old Incredible Hulk series.
Really?
Yeah,
The
animated.
oh
Yeah, he's all over the place. He did those Good Night for Justice movies, which I really liked. Recently, a lot of like westerns, TV movie westerns, which
okay.
are always very good. So, and of course Riverdale, which he's on right now.
Yeah, well, they've put that show on a hiatus.
I
now.
know, which I thought was very nice. A lot of like public outpouring of like respect and well wishes, which is it's always nice to see. It's nice to when someone you like kind of admire, when you realize that they seem to be a nice like caring person. That's better to know. Anyway, I guess where were we going before that sad part happened?
Awards.
Yes, I was just going to mention that a couple of awards have listed their nominees in their long list. So we've shared on our Twitter page if you want to see the full list. The Women's Prize for Fiction has listed their long list.
I forgot. I have seen a Luke Perry movie.
Yeah?
He was in the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer movie.
He's also in The Fifth Element.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah. His last film is going to be a Tarantino film, which is pretty cool.
Oh,
He's
yeah.
already filmed his parts for that.
Once Upon a Time in
In Hollywood. The Women's Prize has listed their long list. So right now it's at about 16 books. So we'll get into it a little more when we get down to a short list, and then ultimately we'll announce the winners. But the Milkman, which won the Man Booker Award last year, is on the short list or long list for this as well. The Edgar Awards, the Mystery Awards, have also put out their nominees. So both of those awards are coming in the next couple of months. Take a peek on our Twitter page. Of course, you can just do a web search to find those. But nominees are out now, and we'll be talking more as we get closer to show date. You want to take us into the New York Times bestsellers list?
Do I?
Are you still looking up Luke Perry films?
I thought he was in a Miyazaki film as one of the American voices, but I'm having a hard time finding it. So, all right. So, 10 books. One prize. The top spot on the New York Times bestsellers
Yes,
list.
thank you.
Who will take home this trophy?
I don't know. You tell me.
Okay.
Are you just vamping because you don't have it up? Okay.
Yes, I'm vamping. Gosh, is that a crime? Is it a crime to vamp?
The way you did it.
Is it a crime to be vamping right now by just constantly asking the same question? All right, number 10 on the New York Times bestsellers list for hardcover fiction is Fire and Blood by George R.R. Martin. There. Okay. Is that worth it? Was that worth all that vamping? No.
No.
We're done talking about this. The new season is coming. So, I don't know. If you're reading this prequel, good for you. John Grisham's The Reckoning, number 9, has also been here forever.
On my list.
It's on Nick's list. So, J.D. Robb, Connections in Death.
Oh, look out.
Is at number 8. It's an Eve Dallas book. She scours tattoo parlors and strip joints for clues to the cause of Lilo Pickering's mysterious death by tattoo. All right, new book this week.
What a way to go.
Now we're interested.
Okay, yeah. Tell me.
Mission Critical by Mark Greaney. Greaney.
Greeny, probably.
The 8th book in the Gray Man series. Wow, he has pumped these out very quickly.
I think they're just gaining momentum. I think they've been coming out at a pretty regular pace.
Okay, well, Court Gentry must track down assassins. Count. I said court. No?
Yeah, no, it's Court. It's Court Gentry.
Court. Yeah, Court Gentry.
I've only read one of these. I read Backblast.
Oh, that's a name, not a title.
Right.
Okay.
I read Backblast,
Oh, yeah.
and I really liked that.
Yeah,
And Mark Greaney also wrote the, he was writing the Clancy books for a while,
right.
the Jack Ryan stuff, and then he moved on to just focus on Gray Man. Yeah. I always mean to get back to it, and I haven't.
I remember talking about Backblast.
Yes.
Because
you had a good time with it.
It's the same term you might use to describe
You
a
don't
fart.
have to say, okay.
All right. Number 6, An Anonymous Girl by Greer Hendricks and Sarah Pekkanen.
Yep.
Jessica Ferris's life unravels.
Author of The Wife Between Us.
When she signs up for Dr. Shields' psychological study.
Yeah.
Only to find out Dr. Shields is Brooke Shields. It has no...
Really?
No doctorate.
Interesting.
So
It's an honorary title.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yes.
That's cool. I love The Wife Between Us, so I was really anxious for this book. The premise doesn't do much for me, but I still plan to read it.
Brooke Shields tricking people?
No,
if
Brooke Shields is like, yeah. Brooke Shields is gaslighting people into thinking she's a medical professional. I will absolutely. Yeah, anytime.
All right. They should have known because it was called Blue Lagoon Spa.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Brooke Shields played Rizzo in Broadway in the 90s.
Yeah.
In Greece.
And
took over for Rosie O'Donnell.
Jackie's mom on That 70s Show.
That 70s Show, really.
Yeah.
Also Hannah Montana's mom on the show Hannah Montana.
Wait, does that mean Jackie from That 70s Show and Hannah Montana are at least half-sisters?
It absolutely means that.
Okay.
Yes, it does. Yeah.
What number are we on now? I've lost track.
I don't know. The last one you said was Brooke Shields.
Book 5 on this list. Black Leopard, Red Wolf, Marlon James.
Yeah.
The 3 of them together.
A lot of buzz on this book.
A loner named Tracker teams up with a group of unusual characters in search of a mysterious boy. One character only likes to butter the bottom sides of his toast.
Oh.
He's a pretty unusual character.
Yeah.
Sorry.
It was Dr. Seuss.
Yeah. Thank you.
Little Dr. Seuss. Oh, Eric Kate and I read at the elementary school for Read Across America.
Did you just
Day,
call me
Dr.
Eric
Seuss.
Cake?
No.
Okay.
What did you read for that?
I read The Wild Robot and Animorphs.
And how did that go?
It went pretty good.
Yeah.
Saturday, we had a girl come in looking for The Wild Robot.
To have The Wild Robot.
Turned out she was in 4th grade. Turned out I had read to her.
Yeah.
Also, last night, girl came in, looked for The Wild Robot, also 4th grade, also read to her.
Bam.
So
nice. That's always
you're
nice.
welcome, whoever wrote The Wild Robot. Peter Brown.
Yeah, Peter Brown. Yep. Yeah, I had 1st grade, so I read a lot of picture books.
Yeah.
I think probably Hello Lighthouse was the favorite.
Yeah.
Caldecott
nice,
winner.
yeah.
Yep. And Kate read, she read some Pete the Cat and a few other things.
Yeah.
Yep. Good times. I always enjoyed doing that.
Yeah.
I had 4th grade last year, and I was a little more nervous about 4th grade.
Yeah.
4th
grade was pretty kind to me this year.
Yeah, I had a good experience.
Yeah. All right. Number 4, The Silent Patient. By Alex Michael. Oh, right. This.
Yeah. I picked up an arc of this, and I haven't.
Michaelides.
I haven't read it yet, so now it's not even advanced. It's just.
Michaelides. Michael.
Yeah. Keep going.
Anyway.
You'll get there.
Theo Faber. Is it Faber? Yeah. Theo Faber looks into the mystery of a famous painter who stops speaking after shooting her husband.
Yeah.
So,
also on my list, folks. Also on my list. And Debbie Montgomery gave me one. I got to read that one too. Cottage by the Sea.
Yeah.
I'm falling behind.
Yeah, man.
I'm falling behind.
Number 3, new this week, Never Tell by Lisa Gardner. D.D. Warren and Flora Dane investigate whether a pregnant woman shot and killed her husband. Wait, is this pregnant woman the silent patient?
Oh,
yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Crossover alert.
Yeah. Husbands, look out.
Yeah.
You getting shot.
Yep, look out.
So, number 2, James Patterson. He's back.
He is.
This is the only James Patterson.
Yeah.
Usually we have like 4.
You know what? I don't want to. I think the more times you speak his name, the more power he gets. But I think that it's slowing down a little bit.
Uh-oh, James.
Bookshot's dead.
Yeah.
And you don't see so many.
Yeah.
You're not seeing like it.
Well,
I feel like it was like every other month
Yeah.
at least. You're getting a new hardcover, and now it feels like it's more like maybe every 3 months, every 3-4 months you're getting one. Those are like Danielle Steele numbers. That ain't nothing.
Okay. Well, The Chef by
Chef.
James Patterson and Max DeLillo.
Yeah, I haven't read any
Delio.
with that co-author.
Caleb Rooney, a police detective and celebrity food truck chef, must clear his name of murder allegations. So he's a detective, but also a celebrity food truck chef.
Celebrity food
So
truck.
detective is his job, but food truck chef is his passion.
Yeah.
So, or do you think it's the other way around?
I don't know. That's tough.
Yeah.
Now, is he okay?
He's a police detective and a celebrity food truck
I understand
chef.
that, but so does he bring his food truck to celebrities?
Oh.
Or is he a celebrity chef who drives a food truck?
I think he's a celebrity. He's like the Gordon Ramsay of food trucks.
Wow.
But I think he also keeps a siren in his food truck.
Because he's also like a detective?
And then he, like, if he needs to, yeah.
Darn it, if I'm not in.
Yeah. Where the Crawdads Sing by Delilah Owens. Do you think when he pulls somebody over, he gives them a ticket, but also maybe like some nachos?
Maybe. Maybe.
A woman who survived alone in the marsh becomes a murder suspect for killing her husband.
Oh, no.
No, I don't know.
Yeah. Two things.
Wait.
First of all.
Do you think Caleb Rooney has to clear his name of murdering his husband?
Maybe.
All right.
It's possible.
That's 5 murdered husbands.
That's a
in
lot
the top
of
5
murdered
spots.
husbands. It is a lot.
Murdering husbands has never been hotter.
Here are the two things I want
now.
to tell you about Where the Crawdads Sing.
Okay.
1, it is nominated for the Edgar Award.
Good job.
2, the author is Delia Owens, not Delilah.
Son of a gun.
Yeah.
Are you kidding me?
Those are the only two things that I wanted to share.
So say it again.
Delia.
Delia Owens. My apologies.
Yeah.
You're not the first victim to my mispronunciation.
Delilah, though, it's biblical. It's not. There's not positive connotations.
Yeah.
But it is biblical. So.
Again, you're not the first. You won't be the last.
Definitely not.
That I hurt by mispronouncing your words.
Delia, if I can be honest, you won't be the last in this episode. In this episode.
Happens, yeah. I even had a hard time saying pronunciate.
Well, that's not a word, so.
Yes, it is. Pronunciate.
Pronounce. Or enunciate. They're two different things.
But what if you're pronouncing something and you have to...
No, you don't combine those.
You don't say pronunciate?
No one says that. Oh, I mean, you say it.
No,
Sure, you say it.
It's like enunciate, but with pronouncing.
I understand what you're saying, but that is not a word.
Pronunciate. I'm going to look it up.
I think you should. Ben, play the music. Okay, folks. Well, it's Lonely Hearts Book Club time. This was the house that this podcast was built on. I would say the Lonely Hearts Book Club.
Yeah.
That was our favorite idea when we started this, and we used to do a lot more. And I miss them. So here we go. We're coming back.
Is a word that isn't listed in most dictionaries. Oh man, I wish I had read ahead.
Just stop. Just said is a word. Period. Anyway, what we do with the Lonely Hearts Book Club is we've got a whole treasure trove of books down in the stacks. We are the biggest library in Allegheny County, and so we have a lot of nice space, and we try to hang on to things, especially things that are unique in the system. So that means we've got some gems down there that have not been weeded, that are just sitting down there free to live their lives in retirement. So I run a report. I find something that's been on the shelves for a while, something that doesn't have a whole lot of action, and then Eric and I explore and see why that might be. So the choice I have for you today is Hollywood themed.
Sorry, I'm still sad.
That's all right, because it's Academy Award season. So The Hollywood Life, A Hollywood Life by David Freeman, a novel by the author of A Hollywood Education. So here's the thing with this book. Eric, would you say that there's no stamps? I think it's had one checkout. Does it look? What do you think?
Looks untouched.
Yeah, it doesn't look. It looks a pretty tight binding. I don't think this has been flipped open too many times. Let's just say that.
Yeah, that's probably
Let's just say that. It was added to the collection in 1991. Original cover price, $19.95. A little bit about David.
There was no internet in 91. This book has no excuse.
You're right. You're right. I've had two things this week that were a shout out to Superman 4, The Quest for Peace, which no one likes.
Really?
The first was in the Unity saga.
Okay.
One of the things they find in the Phantom Zone is Nuclear Man from Superman 4, The Quest for Peace.
Okay.
And
that's a Bendis thing, yeah.
Yes. David Freeman's, our author here, is also a screenwriter. And his most recent film was in 1985 called Street Smart.
Okay.
Starring Christopher Reeve.
Right.
Which was only made because Christopher Reeve wanted to do it, and he said, "Look, I'll do Superman 4 if you fund David Freeman's Street Smart."
Wow.
And the rest is history. Both of them, Street Smart, completely forgotten.
Yeah.
Superman Quest for Peace, we'd all like to forget.
Yeah.
So anyway, but David Freeman wrote the movie Street Smart, wrote several other movies. He actually was collaborating with Alfred Hitchcock on Hitchcock's final project, The Short Night, but it was never made because Hitchcock's failing health and ultimate death. So
not short enough enough.
Yeah,
Not
so it
short
didn't
enough.
happen. He has a couple of novels. Most of the action was 70s, early 80s, and then this one came out in 91, as I said. Anyway, Hollywood Life by David Freeman. So we've got a white cover.
Yeah. Hey, is that the same woman from...
Yeah, I know. I thought the same thing.
What episode? Oh, man. All right, we did an episode long ago called Dreams Are Not Enough. Dreams Are Not, which felt like a James Bond title, but it was really like a family
like
history.
a multi-generational thing. And the cover of that is a big... Is a close-up shot of a woman in basically like silk sheets.
All red,
red silk sheets. And the little insert picture on here looks shockingly similar.
The same. Oh my gosh.
Do you think it is? It's possible. It's possible. All right, you look it up. I'm gonna give you the inside flap. Okay, are you ready? Here's some advanced praise for a Hollywood Life. Digby Dial of Playboy says, a fascinating meditation on stardom. The politics of the movie business and the subtle interplay of personalities have rarely been written about with such insight. All right. So, Hollywood Life by David Freeman.
That's the same woman.
Is it really?
Look at this.
Okay.
Look at my... Now look at the cover.
It is.
That's the same
It is
picture.
the same. Oh my gosh. It is the exact same image. That's amazing. That is so funny. What episode is that? What episode did we do?
All right, I'll look it up.
Okay. So, just by sheer coincidence, these two books use the same like clip art for their cover. Oh, that's too funny. That is too funny. All right. Here's the flap, all right? Here's what you got. She grew up in the movies, a child of Hollywood. Her daily life bigger than everyone else's fiction. Carla Tate made her movie debut when she
Episode
was
89.
89.
Well, that's not far from where we are now.
That's true. Almost 100 episodes. Yeah. That's hilarious.
So Dreams Are Not Enough, episode 89. You can hear the Lonely Hearts Book Club of the book that then this one used.
I cannot believe that. I cannot believe
right,
they used the same
used it first.
Same cover
now
image.
We're investigating.
Okay. Do you want me?
No, keep going.
Okay. Carla Tate made her movie debut when she was 6 days old. She spent her childhood at the Little Red Schoolhouse on the MGM lot. At 7, she gave testimony to the House Un-American Activities Committee. By adolescence, she was a veteran, having appeared in a series of films that made her the envy of every little girl in America. Before she was 20, she had a husband and a lover.
When did this book come out, the one you're reading right now?
91.
Dreams Are Not Enough came out in 1987.
Oh.
What is happening?
Wow. Yeah, I guess it's just a popular image.
Yeah, I got to get the image on Twitch right
You
now.
do, absolutely. At age 39, after 3 marriages, 3 children, and a score of films, she was an enduring international star. Then she died.
Oh, no.
Mysteriously. A Hollywood Life is Carla's story, an enthralling look at a woman who matured under the eyes of millions of people, yet who never quite grew up. For Carla Tate, real life was an extension of life on screen, always acting, always in control, always certain of the ending. Despite her marriages, the central romantic relationship of Carla's life was a secret love affair with Jack Markle, a powerful Hollywood lawyer 30 years her senior. For Carla, Jack was part father and part Svengali. Oh, jeez. And from the time they met when she was 17, it was only in his arms that Carla revealed the woman she was. Her story is told by Gabe Burton, once a screenwriter and once Carla's lover. Gabe and Carla met on a movie set. For Carla, their affair ended when filming was over. For Gabe, it lasted a lifetime. A Hollywood Life is Gabe's attempt to reconstruct the history of this woman, to say goodbye to her spirit, and to make sense of her death. What do you think?
It doesn't sound terrible.
No, it doesn't. It's actually, it does sound kind of interesting to me. We're going to get these images up side by side. So go to the All the Books Twitter account when you can and take a look at these because it is pretty spectacular. Chapter 1. Are you ready, Eric?
Yes.
I want your honest, don't hold anything back.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
When Bobby Shepard called to tell me that Carla's body had been washed up at Rincon Point, a few miles south of Santa Barbara, I didn't believe him. Not that I thought he was joking, just that it was so unlikely. There'd been a yachting accident of some sort. Exactly what had happened was still unclear. I don't know, was Christopher Walken there? I don't know who Bobby called before me or after, but because I was involved in the financing of the picture Carla was shooting, I was high on the list. It was a Sunday morning, and I was still in bed when the call came. When I heard the tension in Bobby's voice, my throat went dry, and I got a little dizzy. Then I was still, and my mind got very clear. I don't know how much Bobby knew about my personal connection to Carla. Maybe he regarded this as an important but unpleasant business call, but I doubt it. In Hollywood, I always proceeded on the assumption that if there's something about yourself that you wonder whether people know, they do.
Oh, snap. Hollywood's rough.
Bobby started telling me all the reasons Carla's death was a calamity. All I could say was, I'm going to Santa Barbara. How you feeling?
All right.
I kind of like it.
Yeah.
I don't know if I want to read it necessarily.
Do you think you have to read Dreams Are Not Enough first?
Is it like a sequel? Yeah, it could be. It could. Well, I mean, clearly.
Yeah.
What's the main character's name in Dreams Are Not Enough?
Oh boy.
You want to look it up?
Yeah, I'm on it.
All right. This book, I don't. It was hard to find any information about the author.
Temptress Goddess star Alyssa Del Mar.
Alyssa Del Mar. Okay,
Yeah.
so that's from Dreams Are Not Enough.
Was all these... Oh, right. Those are Temptress Goddess star.
Yeah.
All these to millions of movie fans who worship her in extravagant allure and irresistible sensuality.
Interesting. All right. That's too funny. Anyway, not much about this author. I mean, he's got a couple screenwriting credits. He's got a few novels, a few plays, actually.
Not much. He wrote Superman 4.
Yeah, you're right. No, he didn't write Superman 4.
No. In a way.
Jesse and the Bandit Queen and A First Class Man are a couple of plays that he wrote. Mm-hmm. But anyway, not much about this. There's 4 ratings on Goodreads, no reviews, no plot synopsis, no cover image. So this book is very much forgotten.
Right.
I don't know. I think it's. I think the window into it is kind of interesting.
You mean the window that is Dreams Are Not Enough?
No. I mean like that it's written by somebody who like was in love with her from afar.
Yeah.
And it's like he's the one telling the story. It's interesting.
Hate to tell you, he's the killer.
Oh no.
Just put that together. Unreliable narrator.
Possible.
Yeah.
That'd be interesting. I like that.
Yeah.
I mean, I like that she starts dead. I think that makes for an interesting, way to tell the character's story. Mm-hmm. I don't know.
Okay.
You want a little bit more?
Any murdered husbands?
I haven't come across a murder.
Well, that might explain why it's never been checked out.
Okay, you're right.
Well, you are skipping ahead.
I don't know. I'm just trying to find.
You're about to, yeah.
You don't want me to go?
No, go ahead. Right. Chapter 8.
No.
Chapter 8. Never too late.
All right. So this is from about the middle of the book. So we'll just get a little sense of dialogue here.
Yeah, what's going on?
All right. Let's see. Sonny took to cruising North Gower Street in his silver Ford convertible. He'd slow down in front of Gower Gardens and race his engine. The car had a dual exhaust system with noise-making baffles in the mufflers. The rear end had been lowered and the chrome removed. The result was a lot of racket from a steam-lined bullet. Carla refused to acknowledge he was there, but Seal asked, "Is he just a fan, or do you know him?"
CeeLo?
No. Not CeeLo. He's an actor. I know him from the studio. How old is he? I don't know. He's old enough to drive. That's too old for you.
Oh, gross.
I agree. Call the police or something. As they talked, Sonny kept cruising the block. Maybe he was getting as tired as posing as Carla was of pretending not to notice, because he finally parked and yelled, "Come on out, gal." "Don't you dare go out there," Seal said as Carla headed for the door. "I can handle him," she said, wondering if she could.
Oh, snap.
I know. On the street, Sonny had crooked his arm over the side of the car door.
Oh, I can't say anything.
He was wearing dark reflecting glasses. A few of the neighbors were looking out their windows. "Well, there she is," Sonny said. "Pretty as ever. How you doing, darling?" Carla walked over to the car and with more bravado than she felt said, "Sonny, what is this?" Can I swear on the podcast? All right. "I come to visit you." I ever hear of calling first? Maybe I don't want to visit her now. She could feel herself gaining the upper hand. "Don't come here. You upset my mother." "I ain't interested in your mother."
Oh, snap.
"If you don't get out of here, I'm telling what you did to me." Ooh. Dark. I don't know. What are you thinking? You like?
I don't know.
You like the dialogue?
Yeah, I guess.
I don't know. I mean, I probably am not going to pick up this book, but I have not read anything about it so far that's made me think, "Oh, that's stupid."
Right.
I like the little line there where she said, "Oh, I can handle him," walking away, wondering if she could. I think that's good writing. I think that's a good little tag to put on there, because it says a lot without being like, "But she was actually nervous about it," you know?
Right.
I like that.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Sure.
I know. I mean,
read it.
You think I should read it?
Yeah.
It's a terrible cover.
Are you sure? Because it's been used twice.
I know it has. Well, this is like a little wallet size. This is just a small picture.
That's how you can remember LeMan or whatever her name was.
Yeah. I think the cover's terrible. I think at any time the cover's terrible.
Del Mar.
A Hollywood Life. It looks more like a trashy like memoir than it does like a murder mystery.
Yeah. Not to keep harping on the cover, but I mean, Dreams Are Not Enough had a pretty trashy cover in general.
It did.
So like minimizing that does not make your cover any less trashy.
That's true.
So.
Yeah. And I mean, Dreams Are Not Enough. At least it was like bold and splashy. You're like, wow, they're leaning in.
Yeah.
They are leaning in. Yeah. This is like, look at this big font, and also it's a little trashy.
Del Mar.
It's a little trashy. So, well, I think I'm interested in this book, but I'm more impressed first that you were able to recognize this image from
How can I forget?
100 episodes ago that you saw one time. You were like, wait a minute. If I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Hilarious.
Yeah.
All right.
This book has really connected a lot of dots today.
I know it has.
Superman
4, Dreams Are Not Enough.
Yeah.
So if anything, this book and by extension David Freeman has brought a little joy. Here to Wellsville, New York. I think the book's worth a second look.
Yeah.
I don't think I'm going to be the one to give it that second look.
Sure.
But if anybody is interested in reading it and wants to read it and then give us some sort of essay about it, I would be all for that because
essays.
I think there's probably a good book in here. And I'll tell you, of the 4 good reads, we've got 2 5 stars and 2 3 stars. So that tells you nothing. That tells you nothing.
Yeah. Please send all book reviews to the All the Book Show info club.
Yeah, please. Yep. P.O. Box. Just kidding. That's not true. Anyway, A Hollywood Life by David Freeman, available at your local David A. Howe Public Library or at any STLS library because we can get you any book.
Yeah,
so
we
just
can
go
send it right to you.
Ask for it. We'll send it your way.
Are you in Corning, New York, but you want to read A Hollywood Life?
Yeah.
Good news.
Just ask. Yeah. Just stop in. Pauline's the director there. Pauline will help you out. Oh, boy.
What?
We've had some good times.
You and I?
Today.
Yeah.
Yeah, you and I and Carla / whatever. Lana Del Rey, whatever.
No, not Lana Del Rey.
Okay.
Del Mar.
But I don't think it's Lana either.
I don't think I like a Lana Del Rey song. Oh, you know what? I like Summertime Sadness.
Huh.
That's the only one I like.
You know what?
What?
This would be a good album cover for that.
For Summertime Sadness.
Just reuse this picture.
Yes.
You know what? Now we need to find out.
Yeah.
It's probably, there's got to be some sort of cover image by.
We should just buy the rights to use that and use it on everything.
Use it on
that will be our new
everything.
podcast
That's
cover.
my new driver's license picture.
Wow.
Oh
sure, this doesn't look like you.
Funny.
Well, it is.
Too funny.
I'm Lana Del Mar.
Hats off, David Freeman. We had a good afternoon here. Yeah. Anything you want to mention? Library news coming up. Book clubs, of course. Reading Caves of Steel by Isaac Asimov. We're gonna meet on that on the 26th. Maybe we're gonna get pizza. We haven't decided yet. And we're also reading Truly Madly Guilty. Going to talk about that March 14th. And then we're going to follow it up with Big Little Lies. Then we'll be done with Leanne Moriarty. This guy's going to be done with Leanne Moriarty forever.
Boy.
Yeah.
You're cranky pants.
No.
Where'd you get your pants? The
Cranky
store?
The Cranky store. Yeah, the Cranky store. I did.
Yeah.
That's it. We got Creek Ben coming back March 7th.
He's
Rock and Roll Pet Show's coming up. That's going to be fun. It's music for kids and pets, animals.
Yeah, good
Here
news.
At the David A. Howe Public
After the
Library.
show, you can adopt the band.
Oh, maybe. Yeah, it's not an all-animal band. I feel like we should say it's not a Showbiz Pizza situation.
Right. Not like a guinea pig on drums.
Is that reference too old?
Showbiz
too
Pizza? I don't know what it means.
It's the progenitor of Chuck E. Cheese. It was called Showbiz when I was a kid.
So you decided to reference...
Well, it just came out.
The
Country Bear Jamboree, is that also too old?
No, that's Disney.
I think that's probably more prominent. That is probably the most prominent animal band. Country Bear Jamboree, would you say?
No, the gorillas.
The
well,
gorillas.
they're people. They're
people.
humanoid.
So
you mean like actual animals?
Animals,
in a
playing
band.
instruments in a band.
Did the Shirt Tails play band?
La, la, la. That's Banana Splits.
Yeah.
And they're not animals, but what they are is chilling. So you don't want to dig too deep. Anyway, send us all your favorite animal bands at Twitter at All the Book Show. And I think that's going to do it for this week.
I didn't get to say anything.
Take it away.
I got my photo show.
Yeah.
Not my photo show.
Well,
it's your photo show,
yes.
listeners.
What a great way to say.
Our teen photo show.
Yes.
We're going to start collecting photos April 8th through the 12th. Or maybe it's through the 19th.
We've been doing gangbusters the last couple of years,
Yeah.
too. Usually over 100 entries.
Yeah.
So that is pretty good.
Teens start bringing in photos. You can bring up to 3 framed photos, and then we'll hang them up. So
nice.
So get ready. Also, I mean, it's farther away, but April 5th, our after-school movie is going to be Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse.
Academy Award winning.
Miles Morales, Spider-Man, Ultimate Spider-Man, the movie.
Wow.
That's true. Academy Award winning Spider-Verse.
Yeah, pretty good.
Yeah.
All right, great. A lot of fun stuff going on.
Yeah.
That's going to do it for this week. We're going to be talking to Elizabeth Elo in the next couple of weeks, so feel free to send any questions you have. And that's going to do it. We'll see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
All right, I stopped that, and you're still on.
This is so funny. This cracks me up. This cover image. We got to get that original cover and post it up here because it's killing me.
I did. I posted it on
Twitch.
On Twitch. I kept going back and forth, and it just blew my mind.
That is so funny.
All right, Mandy Moore from Scrubs.
All right, anything else you want to mention? Anything new in video games? Mario Sunshine still killing me.
Oh yeah, you don't
I'm
like Mario
enjoying
Sunshine.
Lego Indiana Jones, which is why I read the Crystal Skull graphic novelization, by the way.
The graphic novelization.
Yeah, graphic.
You didn't talk about it on the podcast.
Well, I just didn't really. It was because I was trying to find kids Indiana Jones books because Westy, my son's been wanting to know about Indiana Jones, and so that was listed as one, and I thought it was going to be like a little picture book, but it was just a graphic novelization.
Sorry, man.
So I was going to send it back, but I was like, but it's right here.
Right.
All
right.
Yep.
I don't know. I'm playing Super Mario RPG: Legend of the Seven Stars on the my Super Nintendo Mini that my wife got me. It's pretty good. Okay. It's pretty fun. Does a lot of stuff that I'm surprised not every RPG does. So
yeah,
yeah.
That's cool.
You can still run and jump as Mario.
I can't remember the Mario Luigi one, but I really like that.
I think it's the Superstar Saga.
Could be.
So
I like that one a lot.
Yeah. Or was it Bowser's Inside Story where you like go
No,
inside
it wasn't
Bowser's
that.
digestive system?
No,
okay.
It wasn't that. You're
Paper
talking
Mario?
crazy. Yeah, I think it was Paper Mario. No, I
There
don't
was
know.
Paper Mario
I'm
64, and then there was Paper Mario in the Thousand Year Door.
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Well, you sounded like Paper Mario in the Thousand Year Door sounded delicious to you.
It really sounded right, and then I just...
Okay. Yeah, that's it.
Okay.
I'm going to play Shovel Knight next.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Yes, you do. He's the knight with a shovel weapon. We have multiple copies of it in our video game section.
Oh.
The video game section.
Video game section.
We got it for PS4 and the DS.
Yeah.
You remember?
I remember. Yep.
Shovel Knight.
Yeah, Shovel Knight.
All right. Bye, everybody.
See you later.